Welcome everyone from the cup to the hook conversation 3. I hope you've had a great week and I hope that the whips on your hook have brought joy to your life and you've made some joyful creations. It's been a very busy week for me. If you're joining us for the first time, I do have a job outside of crocheting, and it is working in the local hospital where I live in the ER registration at night. This is my long week, so it's been a little bit crazy, meaning that with the COVID-19 coronavirus, we've had to change policies and procedures quite a bit, sometimes day to day, sometimes hour to hour. So it's made the 12-hour shift, seem a little bit longer just because of some of the new procedures we're having to do. But nonetheless, they are respected because we are doing our best to protect the staff and all the patients that are coming in through the hospital. So let's start our conversation off by talking about what is going on in our nation. I know there are a lot of frightened people who want answers, who want to know, what's going on, how long is this going to last, and are just frightened over this pandemic. My approach is that I just pray that we will all be there for one another, be strong for one another. And I pray for our nation, and I pray for everyone in their health, that everyone will pass through this perfectly fine and come out on the other end and be able to continue with their life. And the best way for us to do that is to follow the rules of confinement. Social distance yourself from people, self-quarantine, whether you're sick or not, and just don't put yourself out there to get sick. And again, I know that there's a lot of concerns. People are going out and buying up tons of groceries, and toilet paper is a hot commodity. All I ask is that, we be respectful for one another and take care of each other. I know you want to make sure your household has everything that it needs, provided that, we actually have to be in complete and total quarantine. But this is not the end of the world. It is not the apocalypse, and we are going to get through this. It might be, some time, but nonetheless, we're going to get through it. And shame on those price gougers, people that are buying things up and upping the price because people need these items. Shame on you. This is not the time for us to, make a quick buck or put ourselves so much higher above others when we're in a need. So let's pull together and be there for one another. My heart does go out to those that are living alone. I can't imagine what it must be like to not have someone to talk to, or to be there to make you laugh or to make you smile or reassure you that everything is going to be okay. Not everybody has access to reaching out to other people. Luckily, we are in an era where social media is at an all-time high, and we have the luxury of being able to reach out to other people and talk with other people without having to be in the same room or the same building as them. But also, not everyone has access to that. And I know a lot of our older folks especially don't. And so they're extremely lonely, and they can't have anyone come see them or check on them. So I just ask that you kind of keep them in your minds, especially those that are in nursing homes or family, were coming and now they can't come in. Hospitals, if people are in hospitals, they can't even have visitors. I know that, babies are still going to be born, and they're limiting, who can come in and who cannot. And that's such a joyful time. So it's really a hard experience to be alone. And so I just hope that, if you know someone, that you'll just pick up the phone and give them a quick hello, how are you doing? Just so that they have a voice from the outside world. Even though it's important that we social quarantine, and the reason that is it because it deprives the virus of the connections and the contacts that it needs to make us sick. And the best way that we can starve it out of in total existence is to social distance ourselves from others and to self-quarantine. But not all of us can do that. Not all of us have jobs where they've shut down or schools have closed. Some of us still have to go in and go to work. But you can take precautions. Wash your hands all the time with soap and water. Use hand sanitizer. Use mask if you can. And just, be self-aware. At the end of the day, we just need to have strength, patience, courage, wisdom, perseverance, hope, and trust. Trust in the healthcare people that are out there taking care of our sick ones. Trust in God that He's got us and He's going to carry us through and He's going to bring us through to the other side. And one another. Let's just trust that we will take care of one another. We always come together when something happens. And let's let this not be anything different. All right, so let's move along. And the first thing I have for you is, what is in your cup? You want to know what's in my cup today? I have something very special. I am having a peach protein shake, and I have to tell you, it is really, really good. Oh my gosh, that is good. And I have a little cookies. And I wish I could share these with you, but I can't, so I'll just have some for you. So what's in your cup? Tell me what you're drinking today. What kind of week have you had? What kind of day have you had that's prompted what you're drinking? And the next question is, what is on your hook? So, cut. So on Wednesday on the Hook, we have been working on dishcloths over the last couple weeks, and we have one final one coming up in the double crochet. And it was basically some beginner tutorials that were helping some of my friends that were wanting to learn how to crochet, learn how to make a chain, how to make a slip stitch, a single crochet stitch, a half double crochet stitch, and double crochet stitch. So they can start trying to join us in some of our other fun fab projects that we're going to be working on. And so here are a couple of the dishcloths that we've been making. This one happens to be in the half double crochet. And I don't have the colors with me right now, but if you want to know what they are, you can certainly go back to those Wednesday on the Hook videos and look at them. This one is a combination of two different skeins of cotton yarn. I do remember the names of these. This top part is a pastel pink. The one here kind of in the middle was called Amour, which is love. And then I had to add a little bit of white to finish up that dishcloth. But that is that one. And then there's this one. And this one was also done in the half double crochet. And then there's this one. It is also done in the half double crochet. And then this one is the pastel pink all by itself, and it's done in a single crochet. That's really pretty. I really like that. And then this is the Amour Love, and that's also really pretty. And the final one I have is done in the half double crochet, and it's actually called Emotion, which during the tutorial, I was telling them that it made me think of ice cream, like a creamsicle pop. So anyway, so those were the dishcloths that we've worked on in our Wednesday on the hook. So that's some of what has been on my hook. And then also on Wednesday on the hook, we've been making hoodies, and we have so far completed the back portion of the hoodie, and this is what mine looks like. And again, I'm doing mine for my son Andrew. And then we are currently working on the front part. And it's at the part now where we're gonna shaping the shoulders and starting to put it together. And those, of course, are colors that he chose. I'm gonna stick those over here out the way. And the other thing on my hook currently is still the corner to corner blanket. I have not finished it, but I am getting very, very close. So I hope to soon have that finished to show you fully in its entirety, but it is not there yet. So it's been kind of a busy week with the job, like I said, so haven't done as much crocheting as I would like, but next week is my short week, and I won't be filling in a whole lot on my days off. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a busy crochet week. All right. Last week when we met, and I'm just sharing this for anyone who is joining us for the first time, but last week we talked about how long have you been crocheting? And I did share how long I've been crocheting is a total of 15 years, 14 actual crocheting. And I did not get any comments in the comment section. I did not get sad one bit because I am very new and people are still trying to find me and people are still trying to even know that we're out there. So I'm just going to keep going until we start getting some comments. So let me know, how long have you been crocheting? How long have you had a passion for yarn and putting things together? Let me know. The question for this week is, what is your favorite size hook to use? For me, that is kind of a tough question because now that I'm expanding my skill set and trying new and different things, I like using whatever hook is called to complete that project. But if I had to choose a size that I use the most, and that would probably be my ultimate favorite, it would probably be the size J hook. I like the side stitches that makes, and it helps to whip things up rather fast and keep things going. So a J hook would have to be my favorite, but I kind of like them all because I can make all kinds of cool things with all kinds of size hooks. So, and then the next thing we talked about, we'll have a questionnaire time. So what was your question of the week? What question did you have for me that I might could answer? I didn't have any come in the comment section on any of the videos, but I did have one come in over my email. And I don't know if you remember when we were talking about one of the yarns on the corner to corner blanket that I'm working on. It is the Wellness Baby loops and threads yarn, and we were talking about it, and it said that it was 70% acrylic and 30% Amacor acrylic. And the question that came over through email was, what is Amacor acrylic? What does that mean? And so basically what Amacor acrylic means is that it's a unique fiber that is made with antibacterial and antifungal additives, and it's actually owned and managed by a particular company, and that company is called Thai Acrylic Fiber, known as TAF, and they were incorporated in 1987. So basically, it's a yarn that is antibacterial, which again prevents the propagation of bacteria, and it's antifungal, which prevents the propagation of fungus on the body. So yeah, that made me kind of more excited. And I thank you for asking that question. I would mention your name, but I forgot to get permission to be able to share your name. So I thank you for that question, and keep them coming. So yeah, thanks for that question. So I had 2 other people reach out to me through Messenger on Facebook, and one of them asked me if I would consider doing tutorials showing how to make different stitches. And they really like the dishcloth series, even though they have been crocheting for a couple years now and they're familiar with the single, the half, and the double crochet. There's so many different new stitches out there, and they would love to see some tutorials done. Yeah, I would love to do that. There's several stitches out there I've never even tried myself. So I would love to do that. And so we'll talk about that more next Friday. But in the meantime, start leaving in the comments section, well, what is your favorite stitch? Or what stitch would you like for us to start off with? And we'll see how many responses we get, and we'll see what the favorite popular stitch is, and we'll start with those and we'll go from there. But let me know. Don't let me pick everything. I want this to be, just as much a time for you as it is for me. So let me know, what is your favorite stitch, or what stitch do you want to try and learn? And we'll do something fun and creative so that we're not just making the stitch, we're actually creating a project. So I have something in mind, but I don't want to share it until I start seeing some of your comments. So yeah, let me know. All right. So I had another person reach out to me on Messenger on Facebook, and they asked me about making these little angel ornaments. Something that is near and dear to their heart is sending them out to our soldiers, and that, of course, just makes my heart smile, especially since I now have a Marine. My middle son, who just turned 23 in March, in this month, is a Marine, and he is still going through some of his training. So I'm going to, leave it at that and not really share his location. But so that makes my heart smile. And she has actually provided me with the pattern and asked me if I would do a tutorial on it. So that is going to be coming up very, very soon as well. So that actually leads me into kind of our weekly schedule. So let's talk about that. So right now we currently meet on Wednesdays for Wednesday on the Hook, and those videos go out by 11 a.m. And I started off doing a tutorial for my beginner friends who were learning how to crochet, and we've been making dishcloths. And then we were also doing a tutorial on Wednesday for Wednesday on the Hook, making this hoodie. And we have a couple more weeks with the hoodie. So after this coming Wednesday, when we make the dishcloth in the double crochet, after we complete that dishcloth, we will move to just making one video on Wednesdays for Wednesday on the Hook for whatever the current project is. And then, and again, that will be out by 11 a.m. And then on Fridays, we'll come together for a little conversation time for From the Cup to the Hook conversations. And it will be out by 5 p.m. on Fridays. Now, again, when I reach 1,000 subscribers, we are going to start going live on Friday. So we'll actually have live chats. Because also, if you're new, I live near a college and I live in a small town. And so I have the best and fastest internet speed that is possible with my carrier. But unfortunately, I don't have enough upload to be able to do my live chats. My download is awesome, but my upload is not. So I'm having to wait to use my mobile devices to record on for my live chats. And so in order to do that, I have to have 1,000 subscribers. So once we reach that, this event will become a live event where we can actually chit chat and, talk back and forth together in live time. But until then, we're being patient and positive and still meeting together until we reach that goal. However, because you guys are interested in like doing these stitches and learning how to do them, and maybe have some individual projects that you want to do outside of the bigger project that we're doing, I've decided to come up with another airtime, and it's going to be on Mondays. And we're going to call it Fun Day Monday. And so those videos, will be out by 3 p.m. on Mondays. And so the very first Fun Day Monday is going to be on April the 6th. So that's not this coming Monday, but it'll be the following Monday, which is the first Monday in April. Now, on that one, we are going to do a tutorial that came up on the hoodie, and it was how to change colors within your work. So in other words, if you're doing multiple colors and it's not like a variegated yarn that just kind of takes on the color change in the colorway itself, but you are actually changing up the colors to create your own colorway, we're going to do a tutorial on different ways that you can actually change those colors. So if that's something that you are interested in or definitely would like to check out, be sure and mark your calendar for April the 6th by 3 p.m. for the first Fun Day Monday tutorial. So we'll have 3 videos coming out every week. And so again, just a brief breakdown again. Starting the week of April the 6th, we will have Fun Day Monday, and we will be doing color changes. Then on Wednesday, we'll have Wednesday on the Hook, where we'll continue making our hoodie. And if you're just joining into that, you can definitely go back and look at past videos and get caught up to where we are and join in the fun. And then on Fridays, we will come together for From the Cup to the Hook, which is just a conversation time. You are welcome, welcome, welcome to crochet along while we're having this talk. In fact, I encourage it. If I didn't have to use my hands so much when I talked, I would probably crochet along with you, because who wouldn't want to take every minute they can to crochet? I know I would, and I know I do. So anyway, so before we wrap this up, the last thing I wanted to talk about was I wanted to say thank you. It has been an amazing 3 weeks so far. It's hard to believe we've already been into this 3 weeks. It seems like I've been coming out to you on video a lot longer now. It just seems like we're bonding and we've had a lot of time together already, but it's only been 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, I have already achieved 248 views and 18 subscribers. So yeah, I'm excited. That's awesome. If you're new to my channel, be sure and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and then slide on over and hit that notification bell and make it ring so you definitely don't miss any future videos coming. And if you really like this video, how about encourage me by giving me a thumbs up and hitting that like button below, and share me with all of your crafty friends. Invite them to come hang out with us. So until next time, be joyful, be crafty in your own way, and work your magic. Bye.